am Tammy, Reese, host of Visionary Minds, here at the Film Hub in East Syracuse, New York, with the Onondaga County Film Commissioner, Eric Vino. Eric, thank you so much for coming on. You've been a film commissioner here for 4 years. You're doing an outstanding job. Just love your advice. Thank you for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So, what do you think is the state of the film industry here in Central New York?
Oh, well, I mean, we're actually rapidly growing. We started off with, getting a great tax credit from the governor in New York State. At the same time, we get this great building built and ground broken on that. And then within, a couple of years, we had films that are actually shooting here. Some that are actually finally coming out, like Pottersville. That was one of the first 2 movies to shoot. That's on Netflix, as you know. It was on Amazon.
American Dresser.
American Dresser, I've actually just talked to Carmine today, the director, and that should actually premiere here, hopefully late spring.
Nice.
So, that's completely done. Pictures locked. Sound is all done.
That's amazing. Done.
So, things are starting to come out, which is great. And it's good for people from Syracuse to see their product and see their city on the big screen or on the TV, video on demand, because it proves that we're actually doing the work. People are working, and we're actually filming movies in Central New York. So, and that's turned into, the word getting out that we have a great area to shoot in. The community has made it so film friendly. Our crews are growing. They're getting knowledge. They're understanding what we need. The businesses here are all on board to make this really work because they see the benefit of having film in the region. So it's continuing to grow with guys like Josh Crook and Ron Perlman, Winging a Prayer, Jeremy Gerlich and Will Phelps and American High, American Indie, and now the Liverpool School of Cinema. We've really got some steady work coming in, which is what we've always been working towards.
I really sense that you're so inspirational, first of all, and you're a great mentor. And anyone can contact Eric if they need any advice about filmmaking or want to know more about the Film Hub. I have his number. He always responds. He's very beneficial, and I definitely appreciate you. What advice do you have for up-and-comers who aren't celebrities or haven't been in the industry for a long time, who are maybe scared to come and see what the Film Hub is about, or maybe come to a Central New York Filmmakers Forum?
Sure. It all depends on really what they want to do. A lot of people want to be filmmakers. They want to direct. They want to produce. They want to act. CNY Film Professionals is a perfect outlet for them to get their headshots out, get their work out, to share things with the community via Facebook, Instagram, or social media. But the cruise, though, is where the real opportunity lies, in my opinion. I tell people all the time that Central New York is the easiest place in the country to break into film because we're so new. And one of the challenges we've always had is finding qualified crew to show up and do their job. And that doesn't mean that you have to be an expert grip, electrician, carpenter, or be a complete professional in the art department or wardrobe or hair and makeup. It means being accountable and having the right life skills to do the job.
Be professional.
And show up on time. Know that the days are going to be long. To know they're going to be a little hungry. There's going to be times where you can't run to the bathroom immediately, and you're going to be in the cold. We are in Syracuse, but it's an opportunity for people to really do something that they can move up the ladder very quickly. Going from a PA or an assistant or intern, before you know it, people are working in the camera department, or they're maybe working with a director. They're working with script supervisors. The opportunities are really endless versus in LA and New York, where you might be getting coffee for 5 years, or you might be a PA always. And
working your way up, getting that experience.
This is the chance where if you're somewhat qualified, great. If you're just a little qualified, that's okay too. As long as you can show up on time, work hard, keep your head down, go the extra mile, and make sure someone is doing their job right too. We're in a very indie film world right now, which will slowly convert to union and have both union and non-union here. So the opportunities are going to keep creating themselves, and just getting your foot in the door and really being competent at just normal life skills is all you got to do. It really isn't that difficult to work hard on set.
There you have it. Onondaga County Film Commissioner Eric Vino, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yep,
stay tuned.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Tammy Reese here with Visionary Minds here at the Central New York Film Hub in East Syracuse with filmmaker Mr. John Ginty, director of 12 Days of God. What got you into filmmaking?
Tammy, this is one of those things where I didn't have a choice. People talk about, things that they want to do, and you can either spend your whole life doing what other people want and fulfilling someone else's dreams and someone else's vision, or you can go out and do what you want and fulfill your dream and fulfill your vision. My thing was, as a young person, 3, 4, 5 years old, I knew entertainment was the only thing that I wanted to get into. And, I started writing, started doing plays, started doing everything I could at that age. And I didn't realize that not everybody wanted to do that. I didn't realize until I was much, much older that other people had other gifts and talents. And, in the last few years, especially probably the last decade, better part of it, I've really come to realize what my skills and what my passions were and where they're best used. And like I said, I have no other choice. This is it, because I love it.
This is it. We all love it. Absolutely. Tell us about one of the most anticipated upcoming films, 12 Days. Tell us about that.
I thought you were going to say Avengers. No. 12 Days with God. It's right up there. There's Avengers, 12 Days with God. I'm just like right in there. It's a little
It's right I'm so honored to be a part of that movie, as well as my business partner, Michelle DiBernardo. So many of us here in Central New York were just so honored and blessed to be a part of that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It was, it was a really fun project. It was much bigger than I had anticipated it being. I wanted to, I have this plan of taking, steps to get to certain levels with filmmaking. And this was definitely the next step. And the community in Central New York is so spectacular. And this particular project is about a cancer survivor who ends up in a hospital for 12 days, and he finds revelations from God about his own life. And I don't want to, give too many spoilers away, because you're going to have to pay tickets.
Right.
Go see the movie.
Right.
So, but it's an inspirational story. It's also a true story, and it's one that has stretched me as a filmmaker, but has also brought a lot of great talent into my life, such as yourself, such as Michelle. She's waving to me now. There's
Yes. What advice do you have for anyone who wants to be a film writer, a film director, and maybe scared? What advice would you have for them?
I like that you said scared, because immediately I'm thinking about Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith once said, if you still have breath in your body, you can still go out and do what you want to do.
Amen.
It doesn't matter if you're 70 years old. Doesn't matter if you failed 100 times. If you still have breath and you still have the passion, you still have the desire to do it, don't let fear be that thing that stops you. Find people who think like you. Find people who have the same desires and goals as you do. If you're going to hang out with people who don't have any desires and goals, you're not going to have any desires or goals. But if you have a passion inside of you, you need to find other people with that passion. So that's what I would say that.
Basically, find visionary minds, people with those visionary ideas and goals. Y'all heard it from Mr. John Ginty. Thank you so much for coming on. You're amazing.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Visionary minds. I'm Tammy Reese. If you can please tell our viewers your name.
My name is Patrick Klein.
Thank you so much. And what do you do in the film industry?
I am an actor, and I'm also a production coordinator.
What type of acting roles have you had?
I've done some background work. I've been cast as principal roles as well in commercials, and I seem to be getting a lot of roles as police officers lately. So,
wow, how long have you been an actor?
I've been an actor since 2015. January 2015 was my first role ever.
What advice would you give for anyone in Central New York who's scared to be an actor?
Do not be scared, and continue to follow whatever it is that your mind and body is telling you to do. If acting is something that's always been inside you, there's opportunity, and you should submit yourself. You may get a no-pay job, you may get a lower-level acting job, but that will lead to the next job, and that's how I found my success. Starting small roles lead to the next door, the next door, the next door, and those opportunities are now here. They're tangible, you can grab onto them. So that would be my advice, is don't be scared, and get into the industry, and learn the business, and get involved.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Tammy.
Take care. Hi, we're back. I'm Tammy Reese. We're at Visionary Minds with Tyrone CJack Jackson. Tell our viewers about yourself.
Well, my name is Tyrone CJack Jackson. I'm one of the local directors, writers, actors, producers in Syracuse. And actually just got done wrapping up a movie called 12 Days with God, which I was one of the leading actors.
Yes.
Claire Lopez.
Congratulations.
That was a heck of an experience, taught me a lot. And I don't know, it's just so much going on, you don't know where to start from.
Right. Tell us about your web series, I Got This.
My web series, I Got This. It's we're in the middle of filming the third episode right now. The first two premiered at the Palace Theater. The first and second episode is on YouTube. It's we're over 60,000 views right now. So
yes.
I consider that to be good. But we're in the middle of filming the third one right now. I'm gonna end it on 4. It's gonna end on 4, so it's definitely gonna be a finale with it. But other than that, it's still in production. everything. So it's popping.
Yes. What's some advice would you give anyone who wants to be an actor or a filmmaker?
Be like Nike and just do it. That's what I tell everybody. Just do it, man. It's only, I mean, only worst thing somebody can say is no.
Absolutely.
So, just make it happen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and best of luck with everything. Thank you for coming on. We'll be right back. Hi, we're back. I'm Tammy, Reese with Visionary Minds. If you can please tell our audience your name.
Elias Gwynn.
Thank you so much. And tell us about Central New York Film Professionals, for those who don't know.
Sure. Central New York Film Professionals is an alliance of personnel and organizations involved in film and television production. And basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to get everybody on the same page in terms of doing what we need to do to get the industry up and running in Central New York. And that involves career building through training and job opportunities, and also connecting various resources with various organizations and doing anything that we need to do to make it happen. We're trying to just fill in all the gaps between all the other people who are, all the other organizations who are doing amazing work. For example, the CNY Film Commissioner and the Film Office, they're doing great work. The Empire State Development, they're doing great work. And
Yes.
the Syracuse International Film Festival is doing great work. The Liverpool School of Cinema is doing great work. What we're trying to do is we see that they can't do everything, and we see that there are some obvious gaps in what needs to happen, and we're aiming to fill those gaps and do what needs to
Absolutely,
happen.
and congratulations about being a not-for-profit.
Oh yeah, as of today.
One last question. What's some advice would you give for anyone who's scared to become a filmmaker?
Well, first thing I would say is that if you're in Central New York, or if you're in the region, sign up and be a part of what we're doing here, because we're helping people in that exact situation fulfill what they're trying to do. So that's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is don't be afraid to go and shoot something with your friends in your house, in your yard, whatever. Just shoot something, regardless, and don't even worry about if it's good. Like, really, truly, don't even worry if it's good. It's more about getting it done. So finish a project, finish a second project, finish a third project. Try to just finish projects, because every project you finish is going to make you so much better and ready for the next project. So I highly recommend just don't wait. Don't put it off. Don't wait until you get a perfect script. Don't wait until you get money. Don't wait until you get equipment. Just go out. Shoot with your brothers and your sisters, your whatever it is. Just go and do it.
Yeah, I heard it from Elias. Go out and do it. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you. I love what y'all are doing too.
Thank you. Hi, and we're back. I'm Tammy Reese of Visionary Minds. We're here with Will Phelps. If you can let us know about the Liverpool
School of Cinema is a training facility that we're starting, because we're going to come to upstate New York, Syracuse in particular, with a whole slate of movies, and we really don't want to have to fly people in from LA or New York to crew on our movies. We want to employ as many people locally as we can and really build up a film community. And so, because we're coming with a bunch of movies ready to go, we want to have students come to us at the Liverpool School of Cinema and train by getting on-set experience. So if you come to us and you want to, let's say, be a cinematographer, we're going to put you and match you up with our cinematographer on an actual film, and you'll learn by doing, and you'll get real movie credits, and you'll be qualified so that when other productions want to come, they'll have trust that there is a big crew base they can use.
Something that I respect is that you and Jeremy give Central New York people the outlet to take screenwriting classes for free. This is true knowledge in the industry that people have to pay expensive amount for, and it's definitely appreciated. A lot of us appreciate the school coming here. We need an outlet of hope to be able to stay here, and the foundation that you're building is absolutely wonderful. What can we be looking forward to in the next coming year, the projects that's coming?
I mean, it's going to be, right now, you're right, Jeremy teaches a screenwriting class, and he's doing it remotely from LA because that's still where we've been based. You can look forward to, as we bring the movies here, more classes opening up, being taught by key crew members. So as we're shooting more movies here, we're going to have our cinematographer teach a cinematography class. We're going to have our producers teach producing classes. Our sound engineers teach sound engineering classes. Our editors teach editing classes. And you'll be using real material. So our editors will teach you how to edit a scene using some of our footage. So you can look forward to stuff like that and getting real hands-on application.
One final question I'll ask you, Will, is what advice would you have for anyone who's scared to be a filmmaker or writer, or any of the many talents that you and Jeremy possess? What advice would you give, especially to our Central New York community, to go ahead and do it?
I guess two things. One is just go for it. You get better with each thing you make. You're always self-conscious, and literally everything I do, I think, oh, this is gonna be the worst. So you just got to keep working at it, keep making them. If you're a filmmaker, if you're a YouTuber, if you're making short movies, keep doing it. Keep making movies. Keep doing that kind of thing. And specifically for this area, now is the time to get in, because we want to hire you. We want people in this thing. Now is the best opportunity to get into it, because in a few years it's going to be such a big thing here that it's going to be hard to get into, is what we hope.
Yes.
So now is the time.
Yes, it is. Hi, and we're back, and I'm Tammy, Reese with Visionary Minds. If you can please tell our viewers your names.
Owen Shapiro.
And I'm Christine Fawcett Shapiro.
Yes, and you're big wigs with the Syracuse International Film Festival. You founded it, correct?
So we're absolutely big wigs, yes.
I could
The head honchos, the bosses.
I could use a wig.
If you can
co-founders.
Yes, amazing. I went to the film festival last year when Bobby Morisco from Scratch was here, and it was an awesome forum. If you can tell our viewers who don't know about the International Film Festival, can you tell us about that, please?
Sure. This is our 14th year.
Congratulations.
And it's a festival that focuses on cinemas and art forms, so mostly independent films from all over the world. This is actually our I year. We're bringing in films from I countries like Iran and Ireland and Italy and Israel. And
definitely international.
Definitely.
And then we have every year a number of film guests who are major players in the independent film world, who come here, show their new films, talk with the audience, participate in our filmmakers forum.
I know you mentioned some names, actors from Wayward Pines and Revolution. I love those shows.
Yeah. Well, Giancarlo Esposito, who is from Revolution and Breaking Bad, and he's also a director and a writer. And so we'll be showing his new film, which is a show. And then we have
Siobhan Fallon.
Siobhan
Siobhan Fallon is actually, she's a Casanova native, so she grew up here in
locally.
The area.
Wow.
Her family's still here. She's currently living in New York City.
Nice.
She and her family are driving to Syracuse on the Sunday of the festival, and we're going to celebrate a day with her. She's made a special tape for us of 25 years of Siobhan Fallon.
Nice.
She started off on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I love SNL.
She's a comedian, and she's now she's an actress who's been in tons of TV and films. Most recently, and she's right now in Wayward Pines as one of the actresses.
I love that show. How can our viewers find out about the festival?
Just go to our website, surfilm.com.
Surfilm.com.
And the entire schedule will be on next week.
Awesome.
So people can find out what we're showing, when and where. Most of the screenings will take place at the Palace Theater in Eastwood, but there'll also be a number of screenings taking place at Syracuse University with film guests at almost every screening. It's going to be very exciting.
Well, congratulations on 14 years, and keep up the good work. Keep inspiring our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Tammy Reese with Visionary Minds, and we're here with the wonderful actor and legend, producer and writer, Giancarlo Esposito. Thank you so much for coming to the Syracuse International Film Festival, sir. What inspired you to bring the show to Syracuse?
Well, I've had a relationship with Syracuse and the festival since my first movie, Gospel Hill, and I was Owen J. Shapiro was gracious enough to invite me back to come and show this film.
Awesome.
And as I was sitting there tonight, I went, wait a minute, okay, because I said, Owen, where's the film showing? He said, Palace Theater. I said, the Palace Theater sounds familiar. And so when I sat down, I realized, oh yes, I showed my first film here, and now my second film is here, and now I feel like all my films have to be shown here.
Yes, yes.
You got me, baby.
Shout out to Owen, one of the co-founders of the Syracuse International Film Festival. That's amazing. What advice would you have for anyone who's up and coming, who's maybe scared to be a writer, a producer, or actor, any of the aspects of the art that you have? What would you tell them?
It may be corny, but I would say I'd use a slogan that Nike uses: just do it. I was telling the students earlier today, I spoke at the college, and I was telling them it took me years to produce and direct, partially because I wanted to find the right material. So I would say, from my heart to yours, find your passion. Find what you're good at, but don't hesitate. Hesitation is only fear, and the only healthy fear is the fear of your life if you're threatened. The fear that you create for yourself in terms of not wanting or not being able to achieve your goals is the fear that blocks you from achieving them.
Absolutely.
So you just step out and do it. And it doesn't matter what the comments are. I made this film. My manager said people are going to love this, and more people are probably going to hate it and be disturbed by it. I said, okay, I don't care. Well, I thought I didn't care. And then when I got the disturbing reviews, I did care. And then when I got the great reviews, I cared as well. And I realized, artists make art.
Yes.
But you have to make it. You got to do it. And you got to put yourself on the line. So that's why I say just do it. Get involved. Get in the trenches and make it happen.
One last question that I would have for you. I love the show. I thought it was phenomenal. I cried. I thought, it was very, very deep and inspirational. But people who have not seen the show, what would you tell them? Why should they see the show?
I would say to see this movie is to confront yourself with your viewing habits. Mason has a line at the end of the movie. What are we watching? Why are we attached and constantly watching sensationalistic television or film that upsets us? I have a 13-year-old daughter about to be 14. She watched something on her computer, and she had to shut the computer. And then she called her mother. It took her 2 days to tell me, look, I watched something I shouldn't have watched, and it really rocked my psyche. And so I had to explain to her, you're responsible for keeping your mental health safe. Anything you want to see, you're going to be able to see. And that's part of my movie. On the computer, on your phone, or whatever else, and it can shake and rock your world and change your consciousness. I believe that what you think grows. Your thoughts are what you put into the world, are what come to fruition. If you're always thinking about being in service and doing something good and having success in your life, it's going to come to you. It's the law of attraction. So you have to be careful about what you watch. And, I take my girls shopping in the mall. And the music and the imagery that's on the televisions are all encouraging you to spend your money, and they're bombarding your psyche. And I've got to sit outside on the floor and say, get your choices together, call me, I'll come in and tell you what you can wear, what I'll buy for you, but I can't take that in my psychic, sort of arena. So be careful, be mindful, and always watch what is healthy and is going to further and elevate your society.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Giancarlo Esposito, everyone. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Tammy with Visionary Minds. Right now we have the lovely, talented actress, Siobhan Fallon Hogan. Thank you so much for coming to the Syracuse International Film Festival. What intrigued you to come?
Tammy, first of all, I want to say we're both Syracuse girls, so I'm flattered to be interviewed by you. It's a beautiful girl.
Thank you.
Well, being from here, it was an honor, and Owen Shapiro called, and Christine, they said, do you want to do this? And, just to come home and to thank basically the people that inspired me growing up. And I went to Lemoyne College. I'm from Casanova. My parents are all from Syracuse. So you just kind of want to give back and say thanks.
Yes, and you're definitely a big deal here, a big inspiration. We're watching all your accomplishments, and I'm just such a big fan, especially of Wayward Pines, one of my favorite shows.
Thanks, Tammy.
What advice do you have for women in the industry and the roles they should consider taking?
Well, I think women need to not worry. You have to be really picky, and you have to stick with your heart and your gut, and you have to say, is this something I want to do for me and my beliefs and my values, and I don't want to be pressured by anybody to take a role unless I want. Yes. But then women can also write their own material and not be afraid of being self-starters. I've done 4 one-woman shows. When my career dips a little bit, I just write. So it's really important to get as much control as you possibly can. You can't see your friend behind the camera. We have another great gal back here, and women,
Michelle.
Take control.
Yes, women empowerment. That's definitely what Visionary Minds about as well. One final question that I would have for you. I know you're a writer as well as an actress. Yeah. What advice would you have for anyone in general who's scared to get into the film industry because maybe they don't know what to do or scared to express themselves? What advice would you have? Tell them to just go do it.
I think that you got to follow your dreams and you got to put your fears aside and say, I want to live a life doing what my passion is. I don't want to let my fears get in my way. And as much experience as you get, if you're, whether or not you're volunteering in the theater or in film, so you get comfortable around it and realize it's just like any other business, and just get involved and get experience. If you're too afraid to start off, volunteer.
Yes.
Say, I'll follow you, I'll follow the camera, I'll help out, I'll get coffee, I'll do whatever, just to be around it. And you build your confidence and don't be afraid.
Basically be a Jill or a jack of all trades.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for
You're
coming
welcome,
on.
Tammy.
And keep inspiring, keep doing the wonderful work you're doing.
It's an honor to be with you women today. Thank you.
Here with Tom Bauer. What is your role with the Syracuse International Film Festival?
It's evolved over the years. This is my 12th year, so I'm for the past several years I've been the president of the honorary advisory board. At one time I was president of the jury when we had competitions.
Nice.
Recently we haven't had competition.
So you're definitely one of the bosses, one of the decision makers that goes on. I understand that it's been going on for 14 festivals. That's amazing. That is so wonderful to have this right here in Central New York. What type of things do you do in the industry for those who don't know you?
I work in film, television, and stage. So I've done close to 200 movies and television shows, and I've been a regular on a series, and some landmark films that continue to play every week on cable TV. So
congratulations.
I'm amongst those people whose face you've seen, but you don't know their name.
Well, I heard a lot of great things about you, and you're definitely inspirational to Central New York and around the country, definitely. What advice would you have for anyone who's an actor, a producer, or scared to just get their voice out in the industry, don't know where to start? What would you tell them to just go do it?
I went to New York right out of high school, and I still think it's the finest training ground, the acting schools in Manhattan. There's a work ethic there for actors that I think is fundamentally stronger than anywhere else. Some people start in Los Angeles, but these days there are good training grounds all over the country. There are many schools that feature schools of theater and film. Syracuse being one of the great schools for film and theater as well. Lemoyne has a great theater department.
Yes.
So if you're going to college to get accreditation, to have a degree so that you might be able to support yourself in other ways until you hit it big. Every young actor thinks they're going to be a star, but very few have that kind of fortune. So people get married, have kids, and they have to be able to support that family. So I recommend an education and a degree.
Absolutely. Education is definitely key. One last question I would ask you is, what are you hoping to see in Central New York regarding filmmaking?
Well, for 10 years, I've been a part of creating a film center here, including the Hub, at a point when it was under the governor's supervision. And at one point, it was just a group of businessmen here in Syracuse trying to create what they would call Film City Syracuse. But our goal is to create production, post-production, distribution, cinema exhibition, retail, to have a real film center, film hub, energy center to create more filmmaking.
Yes, and that is great.
The festival is the basis for all of that. We get people here internationally, filmmakers from all over the world, and we start to work with one another all over the world. It's a tremendous center.
Well, I've been hearing a lot of great feedback this week from the festival. So many people are on social media praising what you and the Shapiros are doing, and it's great that it's continuing every year. And keep inspiring, keep doing what you're doing in the film industry. Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure. Good luck.
Tom Bauer, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you.